Good evening and welcome to the live stream for day 5. And we made it. We made it to the Loita Hills. And motorcycling wise, I think it was one of the most enjoyable days. But before I get to recanting the video diary for the day, let me tell you why I'm doing this. We're doing this to raise awareness of electric poverty here in Kenya. And just by simply buying a few simple items from the local shops, we're able to put power into homes where there is no power. And obviously, the ultimate goal of the fundraising part of this challenge is to raise enough money to put solar into a local school, local boarding school that helps orphaned young girls. And hopefully, once we've done the ride and done all the videos, we'll be able to do it, to install it. I'm just so very grateful for all of the support so far, and we've had another couple of donations. Let me just might pull up the fundraiser. Why I'm doing that? One of the reasons why I'm going live every day is simply to just give a video diary of what we have done, and that video diary. It's a shame I can't get into the GoFundMe because I have no internet. Let me see if I can get on to it. Yes, I'm trying to do an internet diary every day, and then if anybody out there wants to tune in and listen about the adventure, ask any questions, you are very welcome to ask me questions. I see Money and Marriage is correcting my spelling of the Loita Hills. That's okay. I will change that after I finish the stream, and we're hoping to raise money. Check the GoFundMe link in the description, and if you haven't donated and you are able to do so, please go there and please do that. We'll be very grateful. And if you can't donate it, then don't worry, like and subscribe, and uh, all of that is greatly appreciated. It just spreads the awareness of who we are and what we're doing. I can't get into the GoFundMe page because I don't have any cell phone service, and I'm waiting for an SMS to let me in. But I do know that there are some new donations, and tomorrow, hopefully, when I get some cell phone service, I'll be able to read those donations out. So thank you if you've donated recently. So what's happened? Day 5. Well, we set off from Narok, and last night was a bit worrying. I don't know if you remember on the live stream that the place that we were staying did had an electricity, but I did some mental math in my calculation that if we had charged one battery at their place, we would have completely depleted their solar system. So we kind of chatted to the guys and explained the situation. And they took the 2 batteries and rode off into the sunset and said that they would find someone to charge it. And they did it. They came back this morning. One was 90% and one was 98%. So the place that we were staying did have enough electricity just to top off the batteries. And we left off about 8 o'clock from a place called Majimoto, which is new which was Majimoto is hot water, or water hot in Kiswahili. And we showered last night in hot water, spring water, which was really cool. Yes, Frank is here as well. Good to have you on board. And yes, day 5. Here we go. So we set off about 8:30 this morning. Batteries full. And we had a pretty straight ride into the Loita Hills, but there were 2 kind of really big worrying moments. Okay, number one, were we able to make it on the battery power that we've got? And I've got sort of one newer battery than and one older battery. The older battery has been a bit sporadic in its performance, but I wanted to ride that battery all the way to the base of the hills, and there's a big climb. And if I could get there, I knew that the newer battery would then be able to get me into the Loita Hills. And actually, the older battery performed so well that it actually got me halfway up the escarpment. Now, the roads were pretty tough. They were corrugated. Kudos to the support South African who was following in his car with the power boxes. Corrugated roads are not pleasant to ride along. And I've got my actually. I'll get this to my. I put my Starlink Mini in the back of the motorbike in the hope, just in case anything went wrong and I had no cell phone service, I would be able to connect it. And literally in the back of the motorbike, it bounced around so much it started to take the paint off the Starlink Mini. And it actually smashed the connector into pieces. It was like it was in the back of the motorbike. It was like it was in a rock tumbler or something like that. Fortunately, the Starlink works fine. It's just a bit cosmetically damaged, but that's not a problem at all. So we got to this escarpment. I got halfway up the escarpment as far as I could, and then I changed the battery, and then the battery took me all the way. And as we got, the best part was climbing this escarpment. It was absolutely beautiful, and we got to the top. The plains opened out, and it's just stunning up there. Just very few dwellings, vast open spaces, and just it was a delightful ride. And I just rode and rode and rode and rode. There was one slightly worrying moment because I've been using my cell phone along with the Garmin to do the tracks, and my cell phone was slowly decreasing. I thought, well, this is not a problem. I've got a battery pack in the car. I was in the bike, and I was going to plug it in, and I did plug it in, but I broke the lightning cable, the tip of the lightning cable, and it was like, this is not good. So that was slightly worrying because I was concerned that my phone would die before I got to the place. And no word of a lie, I rode into the place that we're at on 2% battery. But the motorbike did incredibly well. There was 35% battery left in the second battery. I depleted the first battery down to 4%. That's the lowest I've depleted these batteries. And we see Lottie's Hobby is here as well. Hello, Lottie's Hobbies. It's great to have you here. Thanks for tuning into the stream. So we got in, and I rolled into a place called Red Tribe. And Red Tribe has been an organization that's been in this part for years, and they do amazing things. They've set up health projects. They've brought water into the community. We were hearing today, serve 4,000 people with fresh water, and they've seen waterborne diseases decline. They've got health clinics here, as I said. They do beadworks with a number of ladies here, bringing in income. What was really lovely was about 5-6 years ago, I built with some students at the school I'm at a motorbike that they used for the project. Actually, if you look back in my back catalogue of videos, you can see us building this motorbike. And the motorbike's here. It's worked hard. It's certainly a look like it's been working hard. It just gave me a bit of nostalgia because I had the exact same model motorbike that I had to sell to try and pay for the electric motorbike that I'm on now. So it was just lovely seeing a motorbike that looked like my old motorbike, but also the motorbike that I built with students specifically for a medical mission. And that motorbike has been used well, and so that's exciting. So that bike was there. Yeah, absolutely, Frank. Water is life. I totally agree with me. And yes, I'm wearing plenty of sunscreen. Thank you, Lottie's Hobbies. If you haven't guessed who Lottie's Hobbies is, she's my daughter. So she's asking all the difficult questions in the live stream. So that was amazing. And we got here about 2 or 3 o'clock. It was the best ride yet. Nothing went wrong, as in directions, not like yesterday where I was kind of all over the place. Both me and the support South African had an amazing night's sleep last night, which actually I think helped with sort of the positive mindset, and we've made it here. And so I've looked around and rekindled some old memories where we visited about 8 years ago. I can't believe it was 8 years ago. and they've built a suspension bridge between one. They've got a river very nearby, over a river, and I was paddling through it this afternoon, and a lot of the Maasai herd their cattle through it, and people cross that river to get to the health clinic on this side. And for years, when the rains come up, people have been washed away and hurt and killed. And they've built this amazing suspension bridge. I can't wait to put all of this together in the final videos that when I get home next week, I'll start editing, and then I'll start releasing, to hopefully continue bolstering the fundraiser, and for your enjoyment as well. And so, yeah, that was another thing, that we did. And then we just chilled a little bit. I sorted out quite a lot of stuff that was going on in the bike. And then we've got 3 boxes. And one, there's a guy called Pelowa here who is one of sort of like the project managers, and lives in Metis. And so we've managed to give away we've given to him and shown him how to use the medical box, the power box. That's the very much more expensive one that I bought earlier in the year. That's worth about 100,000 shillings. And the reason why we're giving that to the medical project, it has a pure sine wave inverter in it, so it's a very stable electrical power. So if you're using very sensitive electrical equipment, medical equipment, it's good. And that's self-contained. They're going to go take that off somewhere on the Tanzania border, and that will start servicing a medical project. The second box is going to be given to a guy, a man called Duncan, and he's got a small family, but he has a very sick brother who often needs care and attention. They have no light in their home, and Pelowa has selected him to have this box. And he will go out and install. The roads are really, really bad, and we have to just be a little careful with Ryan's fuel consumption, so that we've got enough fuel to get back to Narok tomorrow. And so Pella was going to install that, but then we managed to get to the home of a Maasai lady, a grandmother who lost her husband about 4 years ago, and she's looking after her own children and also her grandchildren in a small Maasai hut. I don't know if you've ever been in a Maasai hut before, but they're very, very simple. They have a fire in the middle of it, and very, very smoky, very, very dark. She has no power. And we took the box there and we installed it. And we're just really excited because she spends 40 bob a day to charge her phones. And we were talking about this with her. And she doesn't have a big income. I don't think she has a very small income, and 40 bob a day is a lot of money, particularly if you're someone that perhaps earns 3, 4, 500 bob a week, and every day you're charging your cell phones. It just blew my mind. And so we installed the box, and now she can charge her phones, and she's also got a little light that she charges, costs her 60 bob to charge, so she has to go and find someone and charge it, pays them a little bit of money. And now she can charge it all herself. Pella was coming back to install the 12-volt lighting in her house, so she will have lighting in her house. But what's even more amazing is the fact that actually now she can use it as an income generator. So there could be people there that want to come and charge her phone, and that's going to support her and her family. And you guys have helped make this happen. The donations that you have made through the GoFundMe, the support that you have shown me is just mind-blowing. And now we spent a lot of time talking to her. Pelowa was translating in Key Maasai for us, and we were just talking about the fact that now she can charge her phone, she'll save some money. And we were encouraging her that, listen, now instead of that 40 bob that you're spending a day, maybe just save a little money every day, put it into an M-Shwari account, which is an M-Pesa savings account. And then maybe in 3 to 5 years, when bits of the solar system starts to fail because of age and use, she'll have enough money in there to be able to go and get the parts that she needs. And that's one of the things I love about the solar boxes that we build, is that we build the bits out of all the things that you can get from the local shops. And even talking to Pella, where they have a woodworker fundi here, and I want to talk through them how to build their own boxes, so that I don't have to physically come down here with boxes that I've built. We can perhaps send money down here. They build them at this project that we're at, and when you go into the video, you can find out more about them. And then our money will go even further. So just phenomenal stuff, really. Just so pleased. So the 3 boxes have been given away. We're going to do some filming tomorrow morning, and then we will be heading back to Narok. We think we can get all the way back to Narok tomorrow. Of course, we in essence have fulfilled the primary objective of the mission, is to give these boxes away. We've done it. We've had a great experience in the process. And so tomorrow our plan is to go to Narok, overnight in Narok, and then push back home. And we should be back home on Saturday. We would have traveled in the region of around 900 to 1,000 kilometers on an electric motorbike. And it's been amazing. It's been absolutely amazing. So we are do I mean Sunday? Yeah, I do mean Sunday. I'm a day behind. I think it's Thursday today. So yeah, that's day 5 in the Loita Hills. It's been a remarkable day. I'm just getting really excited about editing the actual polished movie, so you don't hear me recant this in my own voice. And like I say, the whole purpose of me going online at 9 o'clock every night is very simply just to share the information about what I've done, so I can go back and check when I put the proper movies together, so I can get stuff ready. But so I could be reminded of what we did. But as always, I'm just so grateful for. I think there are 4 people tuned in, and so I know. Frank, you're back again tonight. You're a legend. Lottie's hobbies, and I think money is and marriages out there as well. You guys I really appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, if you're watching this later, which I know that a lot of you have been doing at a more appropriate time, don't forget to go check out the GoFundMe page if you've not supported it already. And again, of course, if you can't support it, don't worry, like, subscribe, share, just spread the word about what we're doing. Share the videos when they eventually come out late December. Just get behind the project and raise awareness. And you never know, that one person that you share it to might be able to support another few boxes and stuff like that. Oh, we've got a guy called Isaiah Monkey at the moment. Welcome. First time I've seen you guys on the live chat. So your question is, how many kilometers did you cover with both batteries? Well, today we did 97 kilometers. And the first battery we depleted down to 40%. Sorry, we depleted down to 4%, and the second battery we arrived with 40%, which was very encouraging. We were going through the tracks today. The best battery day we had was 147 kilometers. The whole the bike says it should do 160 kilometers. Although real world is, I think we get in hard conditions, I'm getting around 50 to 60 kilometers per battery. In good conditions, I'm getting 60 to 70 kilometers per battery. So we're getting between 140 and 150 kilometers range with the 2 batteries. Of course, I've already been picked up on the pads. I'm sorry, I'll change that. As my daughter has correctly pointed out, I'm a wee bit dyslexic, but that's fine. So yeah, that's the Isaiah is that Isaiah Monkey 1403 or Mouquet, maybe. Sorry, again, being dyslexic there. Isaiah Mouquet 1403. Yeah, so hopefully that answers your questions about about the battery life. So yeah, that's pretty much today. I don't know if there are any more questions before I shut down and go to bed for the night. But like I said earlier, go check out the GoFundMe page. The bike did get rattled to death today. Yesterday, I had to cable tie a few bits onto it, so that's okay then. I always knew that we would have some minor damage. If we can get out tomorrow to Narok, then it is tarmac roads all the way home. We have one more overnight tomorrow night, and we should be back on Sunday. And all being well, having had a awesome journey with some great stories to tell. So I'll just hang on a few more minutes if there are any more questions. Oh, Ian Wright is on the joining. Actually, Ian is a fantastic supporter of the project. He's actually bought a couple of boxes and made a number of donations. Great to have you on the live stream, Ian, and thank you for watching. The bike is surviving, just about, yeah, really quite remarkable. And today, if you've just joined us, we've managed to give away the 3 boxes. So we've given on this trip a total of 4. Oh, that reminds me. So 3 of the boxes I built with my students. You know, we got a whole load of the parts, and I taught them how to build them at the school that I work. And so 3 of those boxes that we bought with us, but I sent one of the I sent one of the boxes with one of the students that built it, a guy called Danny, and Danny sent me a video today. He's I think 14 years old. He went with his mum and installed one of these boxes in a home. I got a lovely video, and I'll share that in the full videos when I make that, of them just saying a few prayers. And Danny had installed this box. So today has been a big day on solar boxes. So that was the one that went west to Homer Bay around there, and so I'll put that in there as well. Oh, there's loads of people. Independent news media is here as well. This guy has also supported a box as well, and he dedicated it to, I think, a family member. It's great to have you here, Independent News Media. I love watching your shorts. Please keep them coming. It helps me feel connected to home. Yeah, it's the Danny lad installed a box. So, you know, in essence, 4 boxes have done, and I was just sort of trying to do a connect. I think we've given 20 boxes away this year. I'd love to be able to get 22 boxes before the year is out. So it's 2 a month, thereabouts. Is that right? My math is right. Yeah, 24 boxes. It would be good to do 24 boxes by the end of the month. I've installed 4 connections around my local community. We support them with free internet. They're educational establishments, and of course we're still fundraising for this big solar project for this school in Homer Bay. Actually, ironically, the school that's here, the Maasai Academy, they have solar here. They've actually really done solar very well. I'll talk about it in the main videos of how powerful a good solar array can be to the community. And this solar array supports this house that we're staying in. There's a whole sort of meeting area that it supports. It supports the clinic. It supports the beadwork, and it also supports the school. And they've built this solar array, and so this small power plant powers all these 5 or 6 sites. So it does show how, you know, with some really intelligent thinking, that you can go completely renewable and you know, go off the grid, don't rely on KPLC, have a reliable power supply, and transform lives. And that's exactly, you know, the spirit of this project. What they've done here is what we're hoping to do more and more of. So yeah. Yes, yeah, it's just been remarkable, guys. Just a really good day. So I don't know if there are any more questions. I hope London is treating you well. I'm just very grateful for. I think this is the most we've had on the stream. So 6 people today. I suspect a few people have tuned in and out, and I know that a few more people will tune in a bit later on as well. And tomorrow we are riding out of the Loiters back to Narok, and we'll find someone to stay tomorrow this side of Narok, and then the last day we will go from Narok all the way back to Molo, where I live. That's a big riding day. And so we're going to try and have we were going to do an additional night in Caricho, sort of go that way around. But what we've decided is that we'll take the more direct route back. And there's a couple of places that we think that we can stop and have some lunch and put a few hours of charge in the batteries. And so that will get us all the way home from Narok to Molo, which is quite a big thing. Frank, you're saying, is the weather changes affecting? It's really interesting, actually. The weather has been really, really interesting. And actually, not just the weather, the terrain that we've been through has been really interesting. So, of course, where I live, Molo, we're at 8,200 feet. So it's high, it gets cold at night, a lot of rain. It can be pleasant in the mornings. And then when we rode down to Marigat, it was warm, very, very dry. We stayed in a sort of a cheap hotel that night. From Marigat to Thompson Falls, very interesting. When we got up to Thompson Falls, that's where we had our first rain. But of course, I didn't ride through the rain that day, because obviously we had the trouble with the batteries that time, and we had to leave the bike at Thompson Falls in order to go up to Laikipia to give this box away. So interestingly, when we were in Thompson Falls that night, it rained as we were leaving, but then when we got into Laikipia, the rain had gone. So it just, and then when we came back to back to Thompson Falls, and we picked up the motorbike, that was the only day I rode through rain, and it was quite a bit from Thompson Falls pretty much down to Navasha. It rained, and as soon as I started coming down the hill, as soon as I saw the lake, Navasha, the weather changed again, and so we went down into Navasha. We stayed at a place called Sanctuary Farm, and the weather was delightful there. Although that was the only night so far I've slept in my hammock, and my sleeping bag wasn't up to much, so I was really, really cold. So I'd got quite a bad night's sleep that night. Then, of course, from Navasha to Narok, it was pretty warm and pretty hot and dry. And then, of course, when we went from Narok, the Narok, we stayed at a place called Majimoto last night. That was very hot, but actually quite pleasant at night. So, they hadn't had rain for a long time. And so it was very interesting. Just literally 200 kilometers away, I was riding through rain, and then coming to a place where they haven't seen rain for a number of months. And of course, coming into the Loita Hills, it's getting even drier. And of course, I came to the Loita Hills a few years ago in drought, and the cattle were thin. And the cattle are thin today. As I was riding past them, they are in desperate need for some rain, which is really interesting. So that's pretty much, Frank. The weather changes how it's affected me. Of course, we've not stayed here tonight, but I think I'll have it. We're staying in the bed tonight, so I shall have a very comfortable night's sleep, hopefully. And then tomorrow we'll head back. Oh yeah, my daughter used the good sleeping bag that we have. It's in the UK at the moment for a camp that she does, and I thought the thinner sleeping bag would do me well, but that's why she's saying that. Anyway, so yeah, I hope that answers your questions. A bit of a long-winded answer to that, but that gives you an idea of the weather. I think the heat definitely affects the batteries, and the problem that we had in Thompson Falls was the batteries were too hot. The battery that it refused to charge, and that's why we had to leave it. And that got to 57 degrees Celsius. Now I haven't seen the batteries get that hot since. So we really thrashed the battery that day. So that's it from me. Any more questions? I'm looking. I don't think there is. I think everyone's gone to sleep. So I really appreciate you guys supporting. As I said earlier, if you haven't done already, go check the GoFundMe page out. And I quite understand if you can't afford to donate. Just like, share, and and get people to tune into the hobby, because they might be the one that donates, and actually you're signposting to my videos. As I said earlier, I'm getting really excited. How is the bike? How is the bike? Is it strong? The bike is remarkable. As I am okay, 1403. It's a tough little bike. A tough little bike. I am surprised at how tough it is, if I'm honest. And I know a lot of these boda bikes, and the primary market are boda bodas. They thrash their bikes. They carry stuff on it far exceeding the weight, and this is done all right. And so it's done all right. We're not out of the woods yet. The corrugated road really rattled the bike today, and we've got the corrugated road going out tomorrow. We'll be retracing our steps tomorrow. So I'm hoping the bike will make it back with very minor issues. So far, it's good. So yeah, it's a good question to ask, guys. I am okay. Great. Thanks, Ian Wright, 13-4. We will sleep well, and I appreciate your uplifting there. And Frank, also, you're a legend. You are 5 for 5. 5 for 5. So we'll do another live stream tomorrow night at 9, and then I'll do the final live stream back at home when I've got back, just summing up everything. I think this is probably a good place to stop it. This is the longest conversation that I've had with everyone tonight. So bless you all. Thanks for being awesome. If there's nothing else on the live stream, I'm going to end it now in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye, everybody.